It looks like it's us here, huh? Not anybody else, I don't think.
Okay, no problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay. I, I,
So,
I, I remember once I went to Sheikh Hashim early morning and we were together, Sheikh Hashim and I, and I say, okay, only us, and he say, we are a lot. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To begin?
yes.
Ready? Yeah. Okay. عيد علي الوصال عيد علي الوصال عيد علي الوصال عيد علي عيد علي عيد علي الوصال عيد فإن شوقي لكم يزيد خذوا فؤادي خذوا فؤادي خذوا فؤادي 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 وفتشوه فإن شوقي لكم يزيد خذوا فؤادي وفتشوه 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 فإن وجدتم به سواكم فإن وجدتم به سواكم علي زيدوا البعاد زيد أو قربوا الوصل 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 والتداني فالقرب للعاشقين فالقرب للعاشقين للعاشقين عيد 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 Oh, 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 yeah, yes. Great to come back to the class now. Today we have a new 10 names again. I would like, first of all, what name we have today? Do you remember?
Oh, Majid. Oh, Majid. Mujeed. Mujeed. Mujeed.
Al-Mujeed. Yeah. You say it truly, Hamad. Majid, Mujeed. Al-Majid al-Mujeed. Yeah. Al-Mujeed, it's in Arabic say fa'il. Fa'il at the same meaning of fa'il. Fa'il is Mujeed. At the same as Majid, fa'il. The same in Arabic. Yeah. Now, it's very good. I think you enjoyed the name. And we would like to say something about this name, and I hope that you will share about what did you taste, what did you find, how it was to you along the 2 weeks, not 1 week. What did you discover in this name? I'll be happy to hear from you. Yeah, to make kind of discussion.
Well, I could start.
Yeah.
I always relate this name to the beauty of nature
Mhm.
and some of the experiences that I've had in life. The ones that was really reflecting on was once in northern Michigan. It was a very, very dark night, and we saw the northern lights shooting all the way to the zenith, orange and green. It was the most amazing thing. And
Okay.
then a few years ago here in Florida, one evening, the
Uh-huh.
whole eastern sky was filled with clouds rising, the weather person said, all the way to 50,000 feet with
Oh,
electricity going back and forth for hours. It was just amazing. And
yeah.
then this week, I had a really incredible encounter with nature. I was swimming in the bay here,
Yeah.
and this manatee came swimming right by my leg. So very glorious.
Wow. 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 But,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. But you know, you say very, very great thing. But if you would like to come to interpret what you say, can you give us like a view about how to enter to your
Well,
uh,
whenever you encounter something like that, it takes you away from yourself and out of your ego. So there's nothing there except this glorious, wondrous Allah.
wow, right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's very, very deep what you said, you know, like you are naked there under divine. I'm naked under divine. And it's really the beauty. It's very big and it's very narrow. Like you began from a big place, a very wide place, until a very narrow place. The meaning is narrow place, it's from the external into the internal, and from the internal until the external. It's, you know, mutual from two sides, one moving to the other. One point, you are moving from one point to the other point, and at the same time from the other point to the one point, the first point. It's like this back and forth, you know. Yeah. Say.
So is there a correlation with mutakabir in that sense?
Yes, yes, yes. It's a great متكبر, you know, it's not hypocrisy or something. No, no, no. متكبر, it's like the process of kabir, how to be kabir,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
how to be the great, and there is a coalition. I agree with you. It's combination between the two names. But you know, this name Al Majid or Majid comes about. Majid, it's connect to the nature. You are right. The meaning of the nature, to see the light, to see, you know, the galaxy. You can be up and you can see the galaxy and the other galaxies. You can see that symphony of all of these stars, lights, or shining bright, you know, lights comes to you. The same thing, I want to tell you something. When you are mentioned that name, you are the light of these galaxy, of this galaxy, and these lights and these stars. You are the center there, and from you, you can spread to them the light because you have the serious light. You have the essential, the essence of that light comes from the name Majid, because this name Majid is connected to the light, not only to the light of the stars, especially this is the example, but you can find the light with every creation, with the look, the trees, they need the light. And look at something, and this is our example, as I hear from the sheikhs. They say, if you plant a seed of tree in a very, come to say, very big valley, down, the tree all the time begin to grow, to grow, to grow, to grow, to grow, to grow, to grow until need to touch the light to see the light, right? This tree want to get out from the dark, the nature dark. But when this tree can catch the light, she will stop to grow. She'll stop to grow. Then, if you go to Europe or to any place, when you see some trees, very long trees, means that they search the light, and the same thing, everything from light. And sometimes when you go to watch different things, if you look at the internal eye, you can see the light there. You can catch the light. Sometimes you can be in a very dark place, but you can see. You don't need to watch through the eye. You can see through the internal eye, the eye of the heart. This is the light. The light there it's connected to our idrak, to our internal consciousness, to our knowledge, internal knowledge. Then you can sometimes give examples, as you say, and it was very great. But you, in the end, you say that you are, under the alone, or with these lights, or naked with under divine. Thank you, Hamid. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Charlotte, would you like to say something?
Well, I did have an experience with this name. It wasn't what I expected. But it felt to me, in repeating the name, and and thinking about it when I'm not repeating it, there's a sense of expansiveness, like very expanded, and on I would notice the expansiveness of my non-material being. Do you know? Like I don't know what word, soul, spirit, whatever, but it really felt like a hollowing out. And as I repeated the name more and more, I realized that expansiveness was like, in the 60s, I don't know if you had that, but we would say, oh, she's so far out, she's in. It's like, it's like, and this felt like I'm so far in, I'm out. Do you know what I mean? It was like such a retreat to the inner world, and the expansion of the inner world gave me some information about light bodies, and my real energetic field was expanded and alive. And I feel like it has something to do with what Hamid was saying, about light. But but that was my sense of it. And it was I just also wanted to say is that as an older person, getting more in touch with who I am without a body is very helpful information.
Wow. Yeah. It's so deep. Many points you touched here. It's really we say in Arabic البعيد عنك قريب. Anything that you mention, anything is away from you, it's within you.
Yeah.
It's very important. And you didn't say spiritual, you say non-material. It's very exact, come to say, expression that you express it. You say it very, very clear that I cannot say spiritual, I can say it's not material. Because many people think it's not material, it's spiritual, but they don't know that there is a process between the spirit and between the material. We need to sometimes to get from this side until this side, it's something between. Some Sufis say it's nothing, but some Sufis say this is your journey in your process of thinking called latafa, the
Yeah.
soft, the soft path. Latafa, like Ibn Arabi say this. It's the soft path between the spiritual and the material.
Mm.
It's important for people to know this, and they can teach about this in the future. It's very important to catch this because this is non-material and still not spirit. It's between. And some people say, what the meaning of this? We can say to them, this is the clarification of your spiritual ID.
My spiritual ideal
Identity.
identity.
Spiritual identity, because the way between the both sides, we can realize ourselves as external, as material, but we cannot realize ourselves as spiritual. Then it's to realize our spiritual identity, to know, to clarify, to know who we are. And this is the non-material, because we still swim here. Look at the world. Look at the world.
Yeah.
We say we have this land, this world, right? This land, come to say. Most of you say this land, this yard. We are living in this yard, okay? Great. And this is the material. And some people say, oh, but we have the spiritual, divine. It's great. I agree with this. What about the ocean? What about the water? We can swim there, and the water can combine between the land and the spirit. And in our terminology, the water, it's a knowledge. It's a knowledge. It's not the given knowledge. It's the knowledge of experience. The knowledge of experience, it's within you, but you must get out to create the experience, to touch the knowledge and to come back to prove that this is true, because everything within us. Okay? I hope I didn't complicate anything.
Well, Sheikh, thank you so much. This is, I've never heard that before. The soft way,
Allah.
Yes. Thank you so much. It was wonderful.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I want to say something. This is Ibn Arabi speaking about this. This is Ibn Arabi. He's speaking in the Alam al-Latafa, the world of Latafa, or the Latafa dimension, the world of the Latafa, or the universe of Latafa.
Could you spell that?
Latafa, Latafah.
Oh, is that, I don't pronounce things. Is that the same thing as Latif?
It's Latif, yeah, Latif, okay. Latafa.
Yeah, thank you.
Alam Latafa.
I understand. So,
yeah.
So if I looked up Ibn Arabi, he would be talking about that?
Yeah. Sorry? Ibn Arabi.
Yeah.
Many, but Ibn Arabi, he is entered to this Alam al-Latafa to explain. He say this, that God can send you a gift. Mm-hmm. And if you will enter to Alam al-Latafa, you can achieve a lot from this gift. But if you will not know how to use that gift, for example, to try to roll it, to control it, or to make it mine, or something, you will lose the way and you'll lose your knowledge. Then it's very important or to be away from this knowledge, not to accept this knowledge, to say I'm. The ego, it can be a very important chapter to read about it. I hope Chitik wrote about this. I don't know what did he wrote. What did he write? Chitik. from New York. But it's very important. You can check it in the internet.
And is there a particular book that you recommend?
In many places, he wrote this in the Revelation of the Meccan.
Okay, I've got that book.
Revelation, and also in the Puzzles of the Wisdom.
Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah. Yes.
Is this the same thing? Is this his concept of will and capacity? You know, like the God-given capacity is, and then, you know, using divine will to make it so. Is that how that is? It's like God's not our own preference, but to like rely on divine help to realize the capacity.
Yes.
You know, Pierre Vilayet used to have this wonderful saying. It was like, imagine who you could be, who you might be, if you would be who you could be. You know, and that was it was like the realization of divine God-given capacity, you know?
Yes.
And, you know, it's like, I fall so short, you know? And I think your talk today has helped me a little bit on understanding that soft way.
Yeah, thank you. It's Latafa. Yeah, you can check it. You can find it. I think it's very, very important. Right.
Yeah.
And I want to say about the far, but it's within you. The people think that it's far, it's within me. I remember when we went to Sheikh Baghdadi, and you know, and some people arrived late, and they find a very far place to sit, you know, because most of the students or most of the Murids, they try to sit so close to the Sheikh. The problem there's no place, and they sitting away. And I remember once we were sitting there, and I was a little bit away, and many better than me, and most of the Murids, they are better than me. They were away, you know, and you know, we thought in our in silent, oh, we would like to be closer to the Sheikh. And the Sheikh looked at all of us like this, you know, and he said, some people think they are so away from me. The place, it's not the sign of away. The place, it's not sign that you can say I'm away or I close. The sign is the spirit and the soul. Many people sitting away from me, but they are closest to me than the people sitting next to me. And this is a very important sign that I need to be so close to myself, or so close to the essence of the light. The essence of the light. And also he continues, he say to us, some people, you can bring them so close to you, but they couldn't deal with this, and they will lose to be with you. Then you'll be away, and they will be away. It's very great and very deep class was with the Sheikh, right. Thank you for this. It's very important, yeah, to do this. And the light, what you say that Hamad mentioned, it's very important because Mujeed is so close, not only to the light. The people think what the meaning of the light. When we speak about the meaning of the light, you know, we can see and we can think because many people think that they can catch the spiritual thing through the rational mind. It cannot be, because we need to taste it and to know that there is no color of this. As we mentioned last time, look, everything came from the water. There's no color, there's no taste, right? You remember that? Because if there is a color for the water, we can be one color like the water. because all of us, we are water. Come to say 95% of us is water, and all of our food will be one taste. Then it's very important to imagine that the light, it's not one light. You know that in the deep Sufi tradition, we have a very, very, very dark light. And we have a very light light. And then what the meaning of the light, it's not only the light that it can allow us to see or to watch or to think. The light, it's oh wait, استنى شوي يلا. Say مساء الخير.
مساء الخير.
حماد وشمس وشارلوت.
اهلا وسهلا.
اهلا وسهلا. Yeah. I'm sitting here in my office. This is my office. Yeah. In Nazareth.
Yes. It's a miracle that we can see your office from New York.
Yeah. It's exactly like the office in Nazareth, in Sarasota, right, Shams?
No.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Charlotte. Yes, Shams, I'm with you.
Well,
yeah.
It's been quite a class. Quite a class. It's wonderful. The soft way, you know.
Yes.
I don't know where to go with this now, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, Zuleika made up a song for Rabia's words, right? Rabia's words.
Yeah. Rabia, right.
Yeah, and one of the thing was eating the bread of this world while doing the work of that world.
Yes.
Okay? So, and there's many examples of this, of the two places.
تأكل خبز الدنيا لتدرك طعم الندى على رضيك لا تغادر يا حبيبي هذه مرابعنا تنجلي علينا من هنيات المدى يا حبيبي خبزنا 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 خبز سماوي خبز سماوي أحبه أحبه. Ooh. Sorry, Shamsai. You, Rabia, and the bread of. Oh. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Please,
I was thinking about the incredible art of translating to the impossible task of translating, you know, from with feeling, with depth, with all of it, just such an impossible task.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Rizvani and Sheik, one of the things I noticed is that we have this limited view of the body. It's like, okay, this body. Well, it's more than the body. We have space. We claim space like it's our body. You are over there, and I'm over here, and Rizvani's over there, and that's attachment to another body. And so if we release to freedom, it's to release these binding things of body, the body of space. So when you gave your example of sitting close to the sheikh or far away from the sheikh, that's the limited view of body. I'm extending body to a new, further dimension, you know, to space. And so I thought of that, Rizvani, in reference to your ideas. It came because of your talk of the body, and as you grow older, you know, that idea. Well, so my question is already answered, but I'd like to see it answered. You know,
Yes.
when Pirvalite gave me the wazifa, Mujeed, blessings be upon him, yes. He gave it also with Mujeed. Mujeed.
Mawjood.
Mujeed.
Allah.
Mujeed. Mujeed. So that example of the two ways of manifesting, could you put some words a little bit to this two places, this two parts of manifestation of something?
Thank you, Shams. Wow. Wow. It's spiritual situation. You know, it's hal. I want to say that it's the meaning of about the bodies and Mawjood and Majid and the way and the closest and far. You spoke about the bodies and you were so true when you say that many people didn't realize what the meaning of the body, this body or that body, or this body or this body, you know, what kind of body we have. It's then they say, don't say body, say unit. You have one unit and it's combined between two things, spiritual thing and material thing and external thing. And you cannot say what is the best. There's no best. You know, everything is great, you know. And very important thing, very important thing to say that the people need to realize, for to get to their spirits and souls, they need to realize what kind of bodies or units they have, you know. And in Arabic we say al-khiraq or al-atmar, not one. It's al-atmar or al-khiraq, it's the clothing. This is the name of the body, clothing, you know, because I cover the spirit, I cover the soul, I cover the secrets, I cover the heart, I cover the 10,000 things, million things, you know. Then we need to realize which body we have. By the way, in alam al-latafa, in the latafa dimension, you can say you have the most soft body This body can take from the spirit and from the soul, and can build the body, can build the clothing, and then you can see all of your unit. You know, you can see your body and you can see your spirit. I will give example. One day, in August 30th, 1991, I had a very bad accident in the car. And I went to the hospital, right? Me, Layla, and Abed and Muttalib. Muttalib, his blessed memory, and you know, they took us to make surgery. You know, they enter to the internal room, and that's it. No one can enter. Suddenly, I saw Sheikh al-Baghdadi standing next to me, you know, and they make me sleep. I don't know what they give me this injection. They say injection this to sleep. Hey, Zakira. Salam alaikum. Shalom aleichem. Chag sameach. You know, Chag sameach, it's how to say in English?
Happy holiday.
Happy holiday, yeah. Chag sameach.
Yeah.
Okay, and happy holiday, Passover, right? And I'm so happy to see you. You know, and I'm telling a story, and I saw Sheikh al-Baghdadi next to me, and I was sleepy. Slow, everything began to disappear. I didn't see anything, and you know, slow, I began to get out of my body, all of me. I think when they asked me what happened to you, I say I began to be eyes, you know, only eyes, and I saw myself from up, and what are they doing for me? I saw everything, and I explained to the doctors what I had. They say, yeah, right, you had this and this and these things. Then I got out of my body. I got out of my body. I cannot succeed to do it in different situations, but that time I saw. I don't know how. No, and this is the thing what Shams mentioned, that I agree with Shams. We need to know what kind of body, what kind of unit. It's very important to realize that the clothing, one clothing you have, or 10, 100 million. If you have one clothing, you can be in the latafa, in the softness dimension. You can feel, you can see, you can smell. As they say, when you enter to any city, you don't need to ask where is that holy person, where is Shams, you know. You can smell. What kind of smell? I don't know. It's not the smell that you know, but you can smell, you know. Shams is there, come to go, you know. It's great, and it's you know, it's very important. But if you have million clothing within you, even you cannot realize that there is a spiritual side sometimes, because between all of these clothings there's ego, there's inclination, and you have 1, 2, 3,000 million things between all these clothings. But it's very important to watch this. Thank you, Shams. It's very important to see this. And the question between Mujeed and Mawjood, it's I hope I will not get to hell or to spiritual station. I catch myself because my body I feel my body soft a little bit, but وي. ذلك الوجود من ذلك الموجود. I'm fighting myself. I'm sorry. I'm fighting myself. Zakira, help me, okay?
A song, maybe.
Another song.
A song may bring you back. It will touch my heart deeply.
I catch myself not to sing. يا وجودي يا وجودي يا حبيبي يا وجودي تنغم النسمات ترقص الحليات تغتني ظلنا ألا قل ما تريد إنني هناك حيث المساء قل لي أين قل لي أين ذاك الوجود يا موجود قل قل أين الوجود يا موجود يا موجود أين الوجود يا مجيد تعال غني هيا أطربني نلعب سويا على الحدود موجود في ذا الوجود موجود Oh. Oh.
That worked for me.
I'm not here. Lie. Wow. Okay. المجيد موجود الوجود ماجد. Look at the circle here. It's a big circle. موجود, it's the meaning of the understanding of Al-Hallaj, that he realized that there's no one except him in this world, in this universe, in this we in Sufism, in this state, we have only one state, that state called him, you know, and he is the mawjood. He's the mawjood. He's a participant, exist, you know. موجود. He is the exist. But and in Arabic came after Al-Hallaj, and they say, what the meaning of he exists? Where does he exist? He exists within us, like we are exist within him. And he said, Marvi, you are not in external side, you are internal side, you are in God's consciousness. We are there, but in the same time, also God in our hearts. Nothing can include me. You know, no earth, no heaven. One thing can include me, the heart of my believer. You know, then it's mutual places. We are within God or God within us. You know, it's the discussion of Ibn Arabi in the book of the Puzzles of Wisdom, in the chapter of Abraham. It's very important. If you read it, it's very deep. I hope the translators try to translate that chapter. I hope I know that it's very difficult to understand that, but if you read it, it's very good. It's very good, you know, about the discussion where we are. And this is the Mawjood. This is the Mawjood. Now, the Mawjood, if you will catch it as something, it cannot be, because no place and no time can include him, because he is beyond all of these things. But if you will catch the meaning of him in the come to say eternal meaning, you can understand that him is the right mawjood. And the right mawjood, you can feel him within you. This is the job of the light within all of us. And you know, it's kind of big dialect to understand this thing, or the connection between Mujeed and Mawjood, because you need to take Majid and Wujud. Mawjood, you cannot say Mawjood fi dhalika al-wujud. Mawjood at that wujud, at that a place, or at that life. You can say Mawjood only within us, not external. He cannot be out. And it's very, 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 very high level of stage or state that Pir Vilayat, you know, gave you. It's very high, very, very, very high, because at this state, lots of mysterious and lots of hidden things, you know, and most of the people they gave them, they usually you can see at their eyes or at their energy that they try to make a very, very strong internal journeys, you know, to explore and to know, to discover, to realize the mysterious things in their life, in their bodies, the bodies of the Latafa. Okay, thank you, Shams. It's very deep, and I hope we can. We have a little bit time, but I would like to hear from Zakira, if you would like to say something about Mujeed. Any short, if you would like. Not so long time, only half an hour. Yeah. I cannot hear.
Yes, thank you. Here we go.
Okay. So I found this morning. It's Lenten Thoughts, and I think it may have come from one of the AR meetings. And it's from, I think it's from St. Francis.
Oh, wow.
But somehow this comes to my mind right now.
Okay.
Lord God, living and true, you are love, you are wisdom, you are humility, you are endurance, you are beauty, you are gentleness, you are security, you are rest. You are joy. You are our hope and happiness. You are justice and moderation. You are all our riches. You are beauty. You are gentleness. You are our protector. You are our guardian and defender.
Mm.
You are strength. You are consolation. You are our hope. You are our faith. You are our charity.
Mm.
You are all our sweetness. You are our eternal life. Great and admirable Lord, God Almighty, merciful Savior.
I'll sing all the night.
Yeah, so when I read that this morning, I just thought, how can people not see unity? You know, the 99 names right there, right? So I don't know what that says about my Mujeed, yeah, Mujeed, but it touched my heart. So
yeah.
that's it.
Thank you, Zakir. I want to tell you something. This is the meaning. What you say, what San Francis say. It's the meaning of Majid. That's it. We cannot add anything to that. You know, it's very deep, and it's very come to say it's the combination of all the names and the Majid, the name Majid. Thank you. Thank you. I feel myself. I cannot say more things. You know, everything.
Sometimes there's no words, because
Everything get out of my consciousness, my heart, of my, but everything, all of the things that I studied from the Sheikh, from here, and from the wall, I forgot now.
you've given it all to us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Zakira. Oh, love you so much. Love you. Ooh, great. I know now it's 11:30 here night in Nazareth, and I'm so happy that we were together. Next Sunday again 3:30 Sarasota time. It's okay. Yeah, 3:30 is good for you. Great. Next Sunday we'll be together, and we will do now. Do you remember what is the next name? Hamad?
Ya Ba'ith.
Ya Ba'ith.
Yes. My English player.
It's a great. Thank you, Zakira. Thank you, Zakira. And really thank all of you about this great addition. And thank you, Charlotte, Hamad, Zakira, and Shams. Usually Shams push me to sing twice or three times all the time. And it's very good, you know, to be in a spiritual state. and now we next time we have Al-Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith, right? And we will do it 20 times early morning, 20 times evening before we go to sleep. It's very important to remember this. I know you remember, but I must say this all the time until next week, inshallah. And are you ready to say together? Yes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ya Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith. Ya Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith. Together? Ya Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith, Ya Ba'ith. Ya Bait, Ya Bait, Ya Bait, Ya Bait, Ya Bait. Oh, thank you. And see you. Laila Tov, Umivorach. We'll see you, inshallah, next Sunday. I can see you all the time because you are my heart. And we will see in the external eyes next Sunday, okay?
Bye.
Love you so much. Bye bye.